this is Teacher Maria. We're going to continue our lesson about heredity, okay? So for today, we're going to review the different hereditary characteristics or traits, and we're going to study about heredity in other living things, okay? Before we move on to our lesson, I want to review vocabulary words and introduce some new vocabulary words to you, okay? So we have heredity, inherit, pass on, genes, genetics, cell, structures, nucleus, traits, reproduce, offspring, extinct, similar, and different. Okay, as usual, I want you to be familiar with all of this. We looked for the words, the meaning in Thai, try to remember them so that you will be able to understand the lesson more. Okay, heredity. Okay, heredity is the passing on of genetic traits from parents to offspring. This is the reason why children look similar to their parents, because they inherit the traits from their parents. They got the genes from their parents, okay? This is just a review. I hope you already understand that lesson. But anyways, we have to be familiar with this again. Genetics, okay? Genetics is the study of heredity, okay? So when you study about genetics, you study about the cells, okay? The cells are the building blocks of all organisms. All living things have cells in their body, okay? So inside the cells, there is a structure called nucleus. This is the nucleus. And the nucleus controls the cells. These are the brains of the cell, okay? And the nucleus contain the genes, okay? The genes determine what our characteristic will be, okay? We got the genes from our parents, from our mother and from our father, okay? I hope you already know about that. This is just a review, and we're going to review the different hereditary characteristics or traits that we learned, okay? So we learned about types of hair. We have curly hair and straight hair. We have learned about color of hair, black and blonde, and in other countries many more different color, okay? We also studied about the presence of widow's peak, okay? You can see this one. This is the widow's peak. And then we have studied about types of eyelids. Okay, we have double-edged eyelids and single-edged eyelids. We also studied about the color of eyes. Some has brown eyes and blue eyes. And then we also studied about the presence of dimples. Others have dimples, others do not have dimples, okay? And we also studied about the ability to roll the tongue, okay? Also, we studied about the types of earlobes. We have attached earlobes and we have detached earlobes or free earlobes, okay? And we also studied about the height of nose bridge. This is not in your book, but anyways, this is another hereditary trait or characteristic, okay? So we have lower nose bridge and higher nose bridge. If you're going to compare, this is lower and this is higher, okay? And we also studied about way of using our hands. Some are right-handed and some are left-handed, okay? So let's check if you can remember, okay? This one, can you answer? So this is curly hair and straight hair. We have blonde and black hair, okay? We have the presence of widow's peak. This one, can you remember? This one is double-edged eyelids and this one is single-edged eyelids, okay? This one, brown eyes and blue eyes. Next is this one, dimples, okay? Dimples. And this is the ability to roll the tongue. Can you roll your tongue? Check. Okay, we also have the attached earlobe and free earlobe. And this one, we have the lower nose bridge and higher nose bridge. Also, the way of using hands, you have right-handed and left-handed. Okay, so these are all hereditary characteristics that we have learned. We have asked you to do a family tree to show the characteristics of your mother, your father, if you have brothers and sisters, and yourself. So you can compare. You will see what are the traits or the characteristics that you got from your mother and your father. Okay, sometimes you might not have the same characteristic with your mother and your father. Then you should ask about your grandparents, your grandmother and your grandfather on both sides. You can check from whom did you got those characteristics. Okay, so I have here a question. Do animals pass on their traits to their offspring? Okay, we already studied about humans. We know that we inherit traits from our mother and from our father. How about animals? Is there heredity in animals? Okay, is there? So let's see. I have here a picture of a baby giraffe and the parent. Okay, so if you're going to compare the characteristics, they have similar traits. They both have long necks, they both have long legs. Okay, they look alike, they look similar. It's just that the baby is smaller. Okay, but as she grows, then she will have the same characteristic as the parent. Okay, another example is the seal. Okay, so the baby seal has a white fur compared to the parent, but as it grows, it will have the same color as the parent. So it means that the trait, the genes, is with it already. It has the genes already, it's just not yet showing. Okay, so some animals look like their parents when they are young. Most animals that we know, dogs, cats, lions, tiger, when they were young, they have similar characteristics with their parents. It's just that they're smaller. But some have a little bit of differences. Like baby chickens or chick, the color of the feather, most of them when they're young, it's like on the yellow side, it's yellowish. But as they grow, they will have variation, they will have different colors. Okay, that they got from their mother or their father. Okay, and some animals do not look like their parents when they are young. Okay, so I have here a picture of an animal. Do you know what is this? Okay, it's a nymph. Okay, it's a nymph of a dragonfly. Okay, it's a dragonfly. This is the baby dragonfly. So if you know what a dragonfly looks like, you will think that they are different animals. Okay, but no, they undergo a process called molting. So when they develop, they will go out of this case and then they will be like dragonflies. Okay, dragonfly. So this is the life cycle of a dragonfly. So the adult will lay eggs, develop into a larva or the nymph, and then they will molt and into an adult. Okay, so you see that even if the nymph does not look like the adult dragonfly, they still have the traits with them. It's in their cells, it's in their genes. It's just not yet showing up. So as when they reach the adult stage, those traits will show up. Okay, just like in a frog. Okay, so if you're not familiar, a tadpole looks like a fish. It is completely different with the frog. Frogs has legs. A tadpole does not have legs. Okay, so even if they are look different, When they grow, they will look the same. It means that the tadpole already has the traits in them. It inherit the genes from their father and their mother. Okay? Another example is this one, a butterfly. You already studied about this when you were in Pratom 2 or in Pratom 3, that a caterpillar grows into a butterfly. If you don't know when you are young, you're going to think that they are completely different, okay? Completely different animals. The butterfly has wings, caterpillars does not have wings, okay? But it has the traits, it has the genes, and when it's time, it will show up, okay? And they will look like their parents, okay? Do you know other animals that do not look like their parents when they are young? You can think of it. Most insects like ants, bees, they do not look like their parents when they are young, okay? There are many other animals that do not look like their parents when they're young, but when they grow, they will mature. They will have similar characteristics with their parents. Okay. Another question is, do plants pass on their traits to their offspring? We know that plants are also living things. So, do plants pass on their traits to their offspring? This question we're going to answer next meeting, okay? For now, you have to answer your workbook, pages 25 to 27. And I hope you understand the lesson. If you have questions, you can message me. See you next time. Stay home and stay safe. Bye!